a number of people I know here in Australia that have been involved in Bitcoin mining projects of different forms. And it's one of those things, on paper, it makes a lot of sense, right? You're already burning this shit. If you could harness that power, run it through a generator, you could get paid not only by the Bitcoin network, but also the carbon credit system that exists. So the sell is quite strong, but equally, you go to an oil and gas company, these guys get oil and gas out of the ground and sell it. And if you're like, hey, we're a Bitcoin startup and we want to make money off your flared gas, they're like, what? Bitcoin? What are you talking about? Get out, and hence when you
No, and
introduce
that's
yourself at the very start, you
100%
mentioned
right. It's I
data
guess
centers.
yeah, and I actually so we're going to have a little bit of a delay in that conversation there. You got to love remote hosting. But yeah, no, exactly the same. You turn up to a group that are oil and gas, right? So I think it over in the States, they had a couple of refineries, oil and gas, industrial sites, right? I'm not I'm being the generalist again. But some of these sites actually had to shut down, right? They would hit their cap of emissions, their yearly cap of emissions. And then, up comes a Bitcoin mine that comes on. The way that they processed the emissions was, I think they were burning the methane or, whatever the output was. They were able to convert that into energy, mine it, and the output was a lower rated emission. So the refinery or the industry could keep going for 12 months and not actually have to shut down due to those kind of legal restrictions on operation. So that's phenomenal. Yet you go to another location in the world and you use that as an example. And I know it's still very new, and that doesn't fit into our risk profile. And it goes back to that these large entities are, they've got their security and their risk management in place. And so until we can be an independent deployed example, a lot of the conversations kind of come up. Oh no, look, we won't consider this until we can really see it. And that's just kind of part of the hustle of being a startup and trying to do something new. There are entities and there are individuals and there are groups out there who take that punt and try and push the edge, but it's not everyone. And so it's one of those things of, well, the great saying of you buy Bitcoin at the price you deserve. And so if it doesn't fit your risk palette right now, that's okay. You can hang tight and wait for it to be, smack bang in your risk management and off you go.